Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you've all had a good Christmas and New Year. Right, we've got a board change and some armoured work to do. Now, I got called out over Christmas because of basically a lack of power outside. So I've been out and I'll show you some. It's probably easier. I'll show you some images of what's actually happened. So I've come out, rectified some of the bits and bobs that I can, but then I've done some more testing, and the RCD doesn't trip out. The way the armoured's been installed is not great, and I think that's induced now a fault on the actual internal electrics, because I've got my insulation resistance results have failed. So yeah, so here we are, back to sort this out. I managed to get the power back on temporary, but obviously here to sort it out. So if you have subscribed, thank you very much. If you haven't, smash the link in the corner. We are going to go through now testing the house out while we can. The homeowner is here working, so we've got to try and keep the power on for as long as possible to a circuit so he can carry on with work. But yeah, so we'll get stuck in. I'll start rattling through some of the tests, and then I'll show you outside in a minute when I'll show you what the installation's like. Right, so this is the installation as what I came out to. So behind the other side of there's a double socket and a switch spur which is mounted directly above the double socket. Now I think that is where they've drilled through here. I think they've caught the cables. Now they've run the armoured down underneath here. It's not fixed, like I say, I've not touched it in any other way under there. So the plan is we're going to move this to this way. The cable size is underrated for what they're using. So next to the side of the double socket here, the two gang, we're going to put the switch spur this side, and then we're going to bring it out underneath the slab. Now this fence down here, that is going to be replaced with a brick wall. So what we're going to do for now is we're going to clip it all along the actual fence all the way down to there, and then I'm going to leave some slack which is going to basically curl back on itself slightly, and then once they've dug out the footings, I'm going to get the lads to drop that into the footings so it's all completely buried. But obviously I don't want to put it in the way, because I guarantee if I put that in now, then when they're digging out the footings, they're going to catch it, it's going to cause more issues, and we don't want to do that. We're not doing the fence here, the wall, because it's actually next doors. So just to try and help the guys out, it would just make life a bit easier. So that's basically the job. So we've got Lewis with us. He looks like a bank robber. It has been snowing, so we've got a break in the weather as such. I think Lou's going to get on with that while I carry on testing and rattling through. So yeah, so that's basically the job. When I go inside, the client is literally working the other side of the wall, so that's why I've not showed you that bit as yet, but I will do. But yeah, so we'll get cracking and yeah, get back to testing. Right, so that's all the house tested now. Right, so what I've done is I've used the label maker to basically just make some labels essentially for these. These won't stay on permanently, just so when I strip that board out I know what's what. Now there is some faults, as you can imagine anyway, which I knew there would be. Some of the faults that we've got are, see where you've got lights like that up there, that quite a lot of them they're not connected to CPC. So I've used the wander lead, went round and tried to not rectify, but find where they are. So that's another job. But I'm going to take you outside and I'll show you what Lou's been up to with the armoured. So as you can see, we've lifted up the two. Well, I say it was Lewis. Lifted up the slabs, and there's the old armoured there, which you can just about see there, but you definitely can see there, and it's literally just underneath the slab, so the slabs are actually resting on top of there. Now Lewis has dug down, it's just roughly a foot down from here, so we're going to bring that through, and then like I say, clip it along the fence. Now My understanding on the regs before was you used to dig it down, was that ½ a metre or something, but I think that's been altered. Correct me if I'm wrong on there, but I think that's been altered now to what you deem suitable as such. But so we do it a good spade depth. Anything more than that, you are digging anyway. Put some marker tape on, and then happy days. Anyone who digs down can know there's cable underneath there. But as you can clearly see, there's no marker tape. There's no effort whatsoever in burying that cable, and where it goes down the turf down there, it's exactly the same as you can see just at the far end. But what that was at the when I came out for a call out, there was another IP65 or 67 socket there that had actually been fixed flat to the slabs on there. And I'll show you a picture. I'll put a picture up for you. But that was just full of water, completely sodden with water. So that was causing all the issues, or one of the issues, should I say. But yeah, the other thing that's to note on there is that the RCD stuck. That's the main reason of changing the board. The RCD stuck, and obviously it's not been tested, the house, since it was built, and these are the original owners. So yeah, so that's where we're at right now. So we're going to get the new board mounted. We're using a fuse box board, which was supplied to us by Gileck, so thank you very much for that. So that's what we're going to be putting in. It's a full RCBO board. So yeah, so I'll show you that in a minute. So the board's all in now. We've all energised it all up. We actually had a faulty RCBO, which isn't a problem. It's one of those things. It's just, it can be a bit frustrating, but at the end of the day, it's a mechanical device, and these things can happen. So we had a spare, swapped it out, issue sorted. Now, when I took the board cover off, this cable here was taped up together. So what I've done is I've just put it in a little Wago, put all three in together, so if anything does energise and that was left live, it'll trip whatever circuit that's connected to. I actually think, from speaking to the homeowner, is that, because this used to be the show house apparently, and there used to be lights down on the drive shining towards the actual house, so we think it's those. So yeah, so glad the board's in now. We can get a bit more power going on for the client, because obviously he works from home. So that bit's sorted. Like I said, there is faults that need to be rectified, but what we're going to do now is we're going to start moving this switch spur position and getting ready to start putting in the new armoured for the outside, I think. So yeah, so that's the plan. Right, I'm going to show you, I'll put an image here. I'm going to show you what I found. Now, this was the old supply going through outside for the armoured, like I showed you, and the old box, as you just saw, was mounted here. Now, the screw that went through, which is there, is actually just caught, oh, you can see it very well, so caught the outer sheathing and the inner sheathing. Now that, I think, was looking at that, was when that screw was on and that was pushed back, that was causing my IR problems. Now, I'm in a bit of a dilemma, because I'm going to now put my new switch spur here, go out the wall, redo all the armoured, because that was all, as you've seen, is not brilliant. Now, my dilemma is, you know, yeah, a lot of people would probably just tape that, but I'm not particularly happy with that. So this is going to come out now anyway, and what I'm going to do is, still going to tape it, and I'm also going to sink that Wago in the wall, so it's got another enclosure round that box, around that cable. Sorry, I think that's going to be the way to go for that. So like I say, that's my thought on it. I don't really know whichever, because it says I don't want to chase all the wall out, because obviously it's wallpapered, and like I say, it's just that outer, and there's a tiny bit of copper showing, so I do need to cover it. So I don't really know what else to do with that. So that's the plan anyway. So yes, so that's what I'm up to right now. So how the bloke didn't go through, smack through the middle with these two, I have no idea. Now, the other thing I've tried was one of these. So you put it on your oscillator and cut through, which, like I say, to be fair, they weren't expensive. I tried them, and mixed reviews, I'd say, Lewis. Mixed reviews, they're not brilliant. I mean, they mark out, don't get me wrong, but I think for this one, it might be a little bit unfair because there is some board adhesive, and to be honest, I'm yet to use it properly on just a bit of plasterboard. So, you know, jury's still out on that, but I just wanted to show you. I wouldn't rush out and buy that and say, yeah, it's going to replace, you know, you using your normal oscillator and blade, because I don't think it is. But we shall see. If it's just a load of boarding to do on stud walls, then perhaps. But I'll let you know about that one as we get some walls to do like that. So right, we're going to get cracking. Right, so that's what I've done now. So I'll put the Wago on there. Like I say, it's the outer sheathing that I've just labelled it up there. So I'm going to fill all that. The new switch spurs in, so the feed's going to come through here directly into the back. So I'm going to get on with that now. But Lewis and the lads have been sorted. Yeah, so this is the board. So like I say, they've now put in a single module board, which are a new release, which I'm really happy with those, because it's given me, now I've got 4 spare ways, which are down there. So yeah, so happy with the board, to be honest. So that's going to, we're going to get it all on, all the front on, and then we'll label it all up tomorrow, I believe. So yeah, so that's basically where we're at. So if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. It's completely free and it helps the channel out. So yeah, so thanks for watching, and I'll catch you tomorrow.